Pelayo est demandé à la table du fond. Pelayo. Max Martigan est demandé à la table du fond. Max Martigan.
Yeah, no, jag anser.
That'll be done.
You have get logged in, so I went back to
and now you're locked up. Hang out for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Give it to him. I'll pay when I'm live. No, late in the night.
Okay.
And either I am or someone I know is coming to Germany.
Worst case.
Worst case.
So, because the payment is late, I should bring you.
Yeah. Then we'll see later today because I'm still here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, no problem.
We're here all night.
No problem. That's an easy question.
Or when you come to our night.
If I do any more traveling, especially for X-Wing, my wife is going.
I just need to know when. Maybe I can.
Yeah, I don't know. No, not yet. I'm fucked up.
Yeah, no, the log
I have to wait 50 minutes.
You've been locked out for 50 minutes.
Forgot your password?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So I'll try to get the Facebook login. I hope that works.
So we're just waiting for the top semi-final to get started. Okay, so they've started our semi-final. It appears the other semi-final at the other end of the hall is taking a while to get going. But we, I said to them, you've got separate timers, might as well just get going. One game might finish a little bit earlier, the other game might wrap up really quick. Who knows? So there you go. Semi-final from the Paris System Open. Sebastien, not put his name in at all right. Sebastien Artus. There we go. Oh, Kylo Ren's got that silly. Icon. What letter is it? I don't remember. Go here. Press this button. It's that one, isn't it? There we go. It's fixed. Cool beans. Cool. Okay, so low-fall Rebel. Yeah, you know that. More or less a twin laser sensor jammer. Engine upgrade. Zero radius, you know that one. Chopper, Phantom title. And Fenrir with the flight assist astromech variation. Versus the only Imperial list left in competition. Adrien, Chouquet, Lyon, Kylo Ren, Quick Draw, Academy Pilot. Quick Draw with Veteran Instincts Fire Control System cruise missiles, not harpoon missiles, advanced optics and lightweight frame special ops training, and Kylo Ren push the limits, advanced sensors, advanced optics, Vanguard title, and auto thrusters. Let's get rid of this. Go here. The Imperial has a 2-point bid. The Rebel has a 1-point bid. Adrien gave initiative to Sebastien. We are in the chat, I think. So, well, we take a moment for this game to get going. Let's let you know that we started with 248 players. 27 made it through to stage 3. There were 4 Imperials and 1 Scum in the top 27. And then as time's gone on, the bracket will show you that we had those slowly eliminated. And now we have 1 Imperial left, Adrien Chouquet. Francois Couet, Rasta Mace. Rasta Mace is playing his variation on 100-point Rebels, where he's got a Kanan Jarrus supported by Lorik and Ezra in the Shifapede. And Francois playing Miranda Nim, I think. Artus is the only local Rebel. The other Imperials fell in Valta, lost to Francois in top 8, and there was another one. Paul Mandin fell to Juanjo Gracia Roche in the top 16. Let's take a moment right now just to remind you all that these tournaments are brought, the coverage of these tournaments are brought to you thanks to the support I receive on Patreon. So please, if you haven't considered doing it before, please do go on over to Patreon and consider giving us $1 a month or whatever you feel comfortable with. At the moment there is only one tier. It's just I'm not interested in creating separate levels of Patreon regarding what you're worth to me and stuff like that. If you feel like giving more, well, then give more. You can give $1 and then edit your pledge whenever you feel like it. Plenty of people do so. It is instrumental to helping me get here and spending money on my travel costs. I have reached my first target to try and make one large tournament in Europe every single month. Now we've got a bit of a lull coming with second edition quite some way away and nothing really happening in July, and in August it's almost impossible for me to make any tournaments. With second edition just a month away, it's a question of, do I really want to make so much effort for something and hope, or just wait until second edition lands? So there'll be a couple of months where there won't be any. That'll be a helpful thing to help me accumulate money. And for example, obviously what's happened recently, I've done a lot of traveling this first 6 months of the year. A lot of the money that has been given to the patron has been spent on making it to these tournaments. Petrol costs. They're doing a countdown now for George's game. So yeah, the money is spent on traveling, accommodation, food costs, and the incidentals from traveling. Like in Paris, there's been a lot of unexpected incidentals, but anyway, we get done with those. It's important. Now I'm going to have a couple of months where there's no traveling involved. That's a good thing because it's going to give me an opportunity to save up some money. There's some new cameras that are looking very promising for around €200 that I'm really interested in giving it a try. That might mean that when we change to this camera, it doesn't look so bad as it does now. There is a new widescreen webcam that I could probably purchase, but it's got a considerable cost to it, so we'll have to wait and see about that. But I do need to save up for that, and so there's been a lot of cost in the last couple of months. Let's see if we can help build that up. Thank you for joining us for the semi-final, and this weekend in Paris has been very interesting. We've had a lot of active play. We've had 248 players. A large representation from the UK came over at last minute, as I understand. It's not that hard to come over from the south of England. I was talking to James in the interview from the last round. To come from the south of England down here is very little effort. The Eurostar, if you reserve enough in advance, can be very cheap, and or even just on a ferry crossing over and driving down can be very easy. In fact, talking about it, when it's probably easier for south of England to reach Paris than it is for me to reach Madrid. Okay, so from where I live in Spain, so that's something definitely to consider. There's a mental block in people's heads that when you say travel from England to France, oh, that's another country, so it's obviously harder, further, more distance. I said further, but anyway, it gives a mental block that it's going to be more difficult, and that's not the case. It's very easy to get from the south of France to Paris, especially, and the System Open Series has shown that with the amount of British representation we have here. A large number of players around. We've got Ed Holmes, we've got Rasta, we've got Shane Hibbard from the Weekend Warlords as well. We saw Callum Brown from Oxford area, originally from Aberdeen. Luke, I can't remember his name. There's Greg's here. There's a whole bunch of people here from the UK. We also had a large representation from Spain come over, and the Dutch crew came out in full force, but not the Amsterdam squadron. No one from Amsterdam squadron here. So fun. Shout out to you watching at home. Shame that you're not going to be able to get present at the Coruscant Invitational this year, but never mind, you gave it your all, I can tell that much, and everyone that was present at Copenhagen will confess that Farn put all of his heart and soul into getting to the Coruscant Open and just hasn't managed it this year, which is a shame. But anyway, we've got a lot of people from Belgium also were here, and even a couple of Polish, not many, as you do come to expect at other European tournaments, but a good representation of them. And Marius made it all the way up to top 8, if I'm correct. Yes, top 8. He got eliminated in top 8. That's the ranking from yesterday, so that's not what I wanted to see. Marius made it up to top 8 before being knocked out by Rasta for the semi-finals. And one of the things we're seeing here is that we've got second edition, we've got first edition, I should say, first edition fatigue. That Lawful Fen is on one side of the table. We've already seen it. I think I've seen it 3 times this weekend, and then I've got all the other opens where I've seen it plenty of times. And at least in this case, we've got something different on the other side of the table. Kylo Ren with Quick Draw and the Academy TIE Fighter. Interesting choice to include the Academy TIE Fighter, because I mean you can use it as a blocker, I suppose, in a lot of situations. But when you go back to thinking about the double Phantom list that was so famous, about 2 years ago. Is it 3 years ago now? I think it was 3 years ago now. 2015, yeah. The double Phantom list where it was Echo and Whisper. Everyone was like, it's only 87 points, why don't you put an Academy TIE in it? And it's like, because that Academy TIE is easy to kill, and that is points on the board. Once someone kills those 12 points, that's a margin of victory they have, and they're already ahead in the game. Whereas the other 2 ships were so hard to kill with the cloaking and stuff like that, that it just made it that those 12 points were completely irrelevant, and it was an advantage to give that player 12 points for killing a TIE fighter. So, as it goes on, let me have a look at something here. Joined by 205 viewers. Awesome, thank you very much. We've also got, and I cross my fingers when I say this, because there's a chance it might all fail on me, but the other top 8 game that featured Adrien Chouquet was not streamed. We streamed Sebastian's top 8 game against James Finlayson. The game that Adrien played against the Spanish player Juanjo, that was recorded and will be available on YouTube when all the other videos go up. Okay, so do not think this is the only game you're seeing here, either, because the other semi-final is also being recorded to go up on YouTube later. Not in the same kind of quality as what we're seeing here, okay, where you've got the overlay and stuff like that, but just static camera, just recording. Try to put the cards in a position where it could be seen by the camera, and you could get most of the playmat in, all the playmat in. But it's a bit more distant than I would have liked. But yeah, it'll be available and to watch another 2 matches that weren't streamed. Okay, so combat. Fenrau looks like doesn't have arc on Quick Draw and chooses to fire on Kylo Ren. Hit and a blank, I think. It's very shiny. And there you've got blank, blank, blank. One paint and another blank. So it looks like he managed to get away with it. Not sure. With the auto thrust, I suppose, because it's range 3. Spends a cruise missile from quick draw. And there's 1, 2, 3, and a reroll, and focus spent to give 5. And looks like 2 focuses and an evade. Takes a shield. And damage cards. 3 face down. Cruise missile's gone.
Attends, je vérifie d'abord, j'ai pas encore désigné.
D'accord, mais comme tu t'actives.
Je m'active, mais je vérifie. Ah, ça m'a l'activation.
Bah oui, activation, je me stresse pour t'empêcher d'utiliser ton lock.
Très bien. J'ai bougé un peu, je vais remettre. Ça devrait comme ça. Ça va. Du coup, portée 3 là-bas. Je réfléchis, et portée 2 ici. Sans lock.
So,
portée 3 certainement.
firing back now to 3 hits. And what, blank, blank, focus and something else? 10 goes.
3 pardon.
Voilà, donc ça fait 2.
Pardon, merci.
And that's a big deal for Adrien now, that he's locked down that lawful rebel to prevent that coordinate action, allowing him to jump around the board with that boost action.
Je me stresse de 1. Ça fait 4.
4 hits. And I can see 2 evades and 2 focus, I think.
Je prends 2.
The
Je mets une position, là
and he's lost the
Je me déstresse.
he's already lost 1 shield, so I haven't noticed that. Oh no, he took them both off together? Okay, no. And I'll show you the dark side condition gets applied. A blinded pilot crit.
Je la mets là.
Fin de la phase de tir. TLT. Toujours kilo.
1, 2 blanks and a hit. Rerolls one of the blanks, gets a focus. The Ezra turns it into a hit. And I can see enough evades there to make it not ineffectual.
Parce que j'ai toujours le stress, toujours stressé. Ça s'enlève qu'à la fin de l'attaque.
C'est moi.
And evaded as well. So Kylo tanking through the TLT attacks there. And the primary weapon attack of the Ghost. So it's been a bit difficult this weekend because we actually got some spotlights just up behind the camera, and that's causing a lot of glare on the dice, even on the core set dice, which are normally 100% reliable to be able to be seen them anywhere on the map, what symbol is being resulted. But the shiny dice and the combination of the spotlights being just at the right angle, that it's causing a lot of glare on the top of the shiny dice surface, making it a little bit harder to see what's going on. It was even worse when James Finnison was playing. He's got a yellow dice tray and he's throwing those milky dice in there. Impossible to see what was going on. I was not going to be able to follow this one very well. It's a difficult situation now because the lawful rebel is going to block up a large part of that area in the middle of the asteroid field, making it for the Adrien's ships, making it more difficult for their maneuvers to be able to get around in there.
Lucas Bola, are you here? We have an appointment waiting for you.
And with the lawful rebel being stressed, he's not going to be able to do much apart from to get rid of that stress. 1 straight is going to put him on top of the rock. 2 straight would maybe he'd get past that other rock. The 2 bank left would move him across the rock. He'd lose his action. The 2 bank right would put him on the rock. 2 bank left would put him on the rock. two-bank right would move across the smaller block rock he's got in front of himself, losing an action again. It's a difficult position to be in. His probably best option right now is to clear the stress with the 2 straight, but that means he just gives all the Imperial ships free rein to move in behind him and just keep firing on him. Maybe his best option is to do a 1 straight and just get blocked by the Academy tie again. Loses action, removes the stress, and also makes it so that Adrien's maneuver options are more complicated, as he's got to try and work out how to get around that giant base. I think if the Ghost wants to have an action, the only option he's got is the 2 forward.
Sorry.
Obviously, because he's stressed. I mean, even if he clears the stress, the other maneuvers, the green maneuvers he's got, are going to remove his action. The 1 straight, he's going to bump against the Academy tie. The 2 right, he's going to go over the asteroid. The 2 left, he's going to go onto the asteroid and not be able to fire. So I think the 2 right might even leave him just on the asteroid. So I think his best option here is to bump. I don't know. Honestly, I've got no idea. If he's going to go 1 straight forward, he's going to end up blocking onto that asteroid there. No action. Roll a die. Gets rid of the stress, but that's it. 2 right, he's going to bring himself around here and probably going to be on. Well, I don't think I've drawn that very well, but I think he's getting way too close to this asteroid. He's going to end up on top of it. 2 left, he's going to go over the asteroid. Might just make it onto the other side. Might be just a little bit too close here and make contact and still not be able to fire. Yeah, I've not drawn that 2 left well at all. That's not the right perspective. So the 2 straight would be the only one that's going to get him across the, and I think he'd still end up on the small asteroid. He's gone 4 straight, so he's going to stay stressed. Loses an action and gives Adrien free rein of the center of the board to move his ships around, get into position to return fire. No idea.
Hyperspace players.
So here we go.
4 starts now.
Comment? Ouais, j'ai fait mon time, pardon, j'ai bumpé.
I think the judge just queried something there. He didn't reveal the dial, right? I see. Oh no, that was him doing advanced sensors. Oh, okay. Boosted, and now he's doing a free straight.
Une blague, déjà dans la voiture et tout est passé.
Banks with quick draw. Maybe barrel roll. Yeah, thinking about it, he's definitely picked up that 1 straight tape plate. Barrel roll to the left, make sure he's at full range 1. Wants to get out of that arc so he doesn't receive the primary weapon attack from the Ghost. Doesn't want to be taking the possibility of a 4 dice attack, wiping out all of his shields in one go. He wants to use the TLT to just gently eat them away. He's doing it forward. I don't think that's going to fit. Oh no, okay. Okay. Now it's just a question of making sure he stays out of that arc, and I think that's enough. I don't okay. Giving himself range 1. See, I would have barrel rolled back. Make sure I'm staying out of the arc, but I'm also in the bubble or at range for TLT. Because I want to have my dice, I want to have my shield taken off. I want to get those 2 attacking. Right, 1 hit. Fire control system locks. Didn't even get a hit. It was focus, and he doesn't have the focus token, so. Now, Kylo can't fire, Academy can't fire, so off we go. It looks like he's got primary weapon on the Academy tie. 1, 2, 3. 3 and a crit. And the Academy tie rolls. Blank, blank, and focus. Oh no, that was quick draw. Oh, so he did have arc on him. Damn it, direct hit. Two hits. 4 with the reprisal attack from quick draw. Shame that first attack from quick draws wasn't as effectual. But 2 attacks like that could be on half health ghost already. Three hits then, and blank blank. Evade. 1 damage on the TIE fighter. This is the TLT attack from the ghost, huh? Just 1. A bad turn there for Adrien. He's not able to put as much damage onto the ghost as he would have liked. So definitely not gone in his favour that turn. Now it's just a question of waiting to see. No, I don't. Yeah, the ghost would just be too turning away, I think.
They can play each other for fun. I'm not going to swap them here. They can play each other. They will get the buy. If their opponent doesn't show up in 10 minutes, they can play each other for fun. But they will each get the buy.
The second damage on quick draw didn't register for the direct hit.
Maintenant qu'il reste un peu. Oui. Je voudrais quand même éviter les mauvaises surprises.
So, I mean, Kylo has got a K-turn. But even so, he's not going to be able to do any damage, do any attack this round. He's going to be way out of range. Oh, no, even the Talon roll wouldn't have range once the ghost moved.
J'ai l'impression que vous êtes une bande de voleurs. Oh bah merci. L'effort de la liberté, monsieur. Vous êtes l'oppresseur. J'arrive.
Looks like he's more or less decided. The academy in this position isn't really much good for anything. Can't block, won't be able to do a whole lot of difference against the low-fall rebel. Just take fire away from quick draw. And quick draw is in a seriously bad situation. We're down to 1 whole point thanks to that direct hit. So this is basically just Kylo against the low-fall rebel now. Whether or not he's got to be able to maintain that positional game and keep himself out of arc.
Je veux bien que tu me le fasses, qu'on voit pas trop où je suis. Ouais, c'est normal. Voilà, on va faire comme ça. Accélération.
Moves up. Takes that 2 turn. Boosts. So
Ouais, s'il te plaît, ouais. Ça c'est bon. La concentration qui va avec. Ouais, RS. Ah oui,
okay, I'm guessing that's his maneuver. Yeah. Okay.
Alors c'est un 2.
That's he boosted. Advanced as a boost. So then where's the?
C'était tentant de te garder dans le marque de tir arrière, mais bon, je me suis dit quand même.
Tough round this one. No one's got arc on the low-fall rebel. So low-fall rebel TLT is the only attack, and he's just going to take quick draw off the table with the first one. And I don't think he's got range for the academy tie, but it wouldn't have been good if it won't be good if he does. 3 hits then with the TLT against quick draw, and quick draw does not manage to evade everything and is deaded as a Donnell.
Ça me déstresse. Fin de la phase de combat. Je vérifie. Deuxième tir. Par contre, tu as enlevé la main. Oh, pardon, excuse-moi. Peut-être parce que j'ai tendance à pas apprécier trop ce pilote qui arrive. J'enlève mon focus.
No, not good. Not good situation for Adrien. And obviously didn't have range for the academy tie, so they go back to dials. And it's not a good situation here. I mean, jousting. It looks like right now Kylo's options are to joust the low-fall rebel. Not a good idea unless he's somehow managed to able to maintain range 3 and then jump into range 1 to out of arc, so that at range 3 he can still take full advantage of his auto thrusters. But right now I don't think it's a very good option for Kylo. Going head on with that ghost, with that VCX, is not going to be a good thing for him to do. If he's not able, I thought it was okay. So Academy tie takes a free turn to the right, comes back around, and barrel rolls Not sure. Okay, so he's obviously trying to get out of the arc with the Academy tie. Or maybe trying to block the route back through the asteroids for the Ghost. Ghost one banks left. And focuses. No, it's an evade. It's an evade. Takes an evade action. Of course, he's got Ezra and Maul. What's the point? Kylo can try and pilot, take advantage of his pilot skill. He'd have to get a crit through, and then he'd be able to directly assign the blinded pilot they have from Ice Show the dark side condition, preventing that first attack of the Ghost, only to then receive a couple of attacks from the. He's not moved yet, so let's wait and see where Kylo goes. The advanced sensors boosts one straight. Ooh. Uh-oh. Two banks, and it looks to me like that's gonna just be in range 2. Just. Oh no! Range 3, so he's got auto thrusters. Okay, that's something anyway. So, attacks. One hit, one crit, and a focus result. Discussing whether or not that's a cocked die. It looks like the sensor jammed it to a focus anyway. 3 hit, 2 hits and a crit. Rolls a focus, spends that, gets 2 shields off, and receives the blinded pilot. It doesn't take.
Ça c'est pour ça. Ça tu l'évades et donc je prends juste un bouclier. C'est bon? Ok, c'est bon pour moi.
So, still got 2 shields.
Donc pas d'attaque. Oui, j'ai tiré l'esquive.
Still though, he's lucky that he stayed at range 3. He was able to get that blinded pilot off. And now the question: he's gonna fire the TLT on the Academy tie to make this a 2-horse race. One.
Là tu peux. Et là je peux attaquer TLT sur.
That was the Academy tie firing on Lothal Rebel, was it?
Je me stresse de 1.
No.
Ça fait 2.
Evade, evade, evade.
Bien. Deuxième salve.
Them dice. Those Academy ties are incredible at evading. Blank, focus, blank.
Je déstresse.
This one goes for it. It was on Kylo. Signs the condition again. Going for that blinded pilot.
C'est automatique, c'est automatique. Je suis d'accord. Ça aura quelque chose, mais non. Blinded pilote. Non mais il y en a d'autres, c'est pour ça. Non mais je me surmentionner. T'as bien raison, t'as bien raison.
Oh, of course, yeah. The TLT attack comes at the end of the phase, so the TIE fighter attack first. So once again, a bad position. Ghost will probably be blocked by the Academy tie this time around. But I think the Ghost is going to go on one straight anyway. So anyway, let's switch over to that camera and we'll have a look at this. So, Academy tie. So, Academy tie probably wants to take that turn in and then barrel roll in to block him around about here. Something similar to that. Ghost tries to take a 1 straight. Would get blocked, bumped, and then Kylo could just kind of move up slowly into this position. Or if you were Sebastien, you would be thinking about taking a 2 turn in to between the rocks and trying to get away that way. You'd have that TIE fighter right behind you in your rear arc. Oh. So yeah, so the Academy TIE's tried to block that 2 turn to the left. And he's banked. He's free banked. It looks like he might end up on the rock. No, no. Perspective is it can be deceiving when they're on the other side of the playmat. Interesting. Where's Kylo? And he's boosting. Oh, craziness. And where is Kylo going to go? Because unless he's done a 4K turn, he's probably not going to shoot the ghost this round. Yeah. Did that 1 straight. Hoping to get the block on him. Wasn't to be expected that he was going to pull out that free bank. And then 2, that's the 1 straight was the boost, the advances boost. And then 2 straight. Now, range 2 on Kylo, rear arc. 1 focus, 2 hits, and an unknown. Being re-rolled in the focus by more suggests that there's another focus there. So, 2 and a crit, gets an evade, a focus, and a blank, is what I see. Might be 2 evades and a blank. No, it's got to be by the way he's looking at it, it's got to be an evade, a focus, and blank. And he's going to spend the Vanguard title, discards the Vanguard title, to re-roll his defense dice. And gets better evades. Direct hits on Kylo down to 1 hole. This game is almost over. There's not much we can do now. TLT. 1, 2 hits, 1 focus. Gets another damage. Bye bye Kylo. And you're looking at an Academy pilot with 2 hull points against the low 4 rebel. Hasn't even been reduced to half health. It's a disaster for Adrien, honestly. Okay, so move around. Do we even need to watch that camera? Just to see Adrien suffer his last moments. Yep. Ghost takes a 2 turn left. Focuses. 2 hits. Ooh, blank blank. Vade takes 1. Second TLT gets 1, 2 blanks. TIE fighter rolls 2 focuses. Survives 1. Academy TIE is allowed to fire back. And he gets a blank and a hit, I think. I don't even think it was a hit, it was a focus. And the last TLT, the end of combat, gets 2 and a focus with Ezra, and that's game. Bye bye Academy tie. Ends Sebastien to Adrien, 174 to 26.
De la voiture. Je pense que c'est plus toi. Non, je sais pas. Je les représentais là tous. Attends. Je pense que là ils sont déçus.
This part. Adrien, commisération. Désolé. How Lothal Fen with your list is something that you have trouble with, or does
Not so much, because you know I have 98 pound. I have the cruise missile, so I think I can do something with Fen. This is what I did in this game.
yeah?
You know, Fen. I kill Fen first. And no, I'm not so much a problem. It's a very strong list, very easy to play, very no-brain list. Sorry, but no, it's not so a problem for me.
Right.
The fact is, in this game, I took the advantage when I killed Fenro, but after this, I have many problems with my attack dice, my defense dice. It is not only that maybe I made some mistake, but I think it was good engage for me. And then after that,
Okay. Can I ask you about the Academy tie? Do you get much leverage out of it as a blocker?
yes, as a blocker, and also in order to have 98 points. You know, because if the opponent killed the quick draw and the tie academy, he killed only 51 points. So if I kill 51 pound or 52 or 51, 52 or 53, I can win the game with Kylo Ren, because Kylo Ren you know, can survive a lot. So it was the purpose of the.
Because the other option is to not bring the Academy at all.
Yes.
Obviously, quick draws not exactly a ship that will always live through the game. It normally dies. But like 3 years ago, when we had the double Phantom list, that was like 87 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's basically in certain situations you're giving them an advantage by allowing them to score points with the tie, because it's an easy to kill ship. No. But it was just I wanted to work out whether or not you got much leverage out of its blocking potential.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Do you want to take a moment to explain in French how you think the game went?
In French, no.
No,
Okay.
you're
it's
perfectly
okay.
happy. Okay, cool.
I'm happy.
So that's it. You already had your invitation. You've got your Boba Fett templates.
I cannot go in Curison because I have a young daughter who come in September. So that's
Congratulations.
very good news for me, you know.
Congratulations.
And I want to say to my wife and my son, Vesakami.
Vesakami is the name of your son.
Macedonian.
Is his name?
No, it's I love you in Macedonian.
I'm not understanding you. Sorry.
Is it I love you in Macedonian?
It's I love you in Macedonian.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, well then there you go. That's the end of your day for today.
Yes, and now.
I wish you a safe trip home, and I hope to see you again soon.
Yes, me too.
Okay, a
Thank you
pleasure
very
as
much.
always. Oh, and wait, we have to do this.
Yes.
Yes.